Greetings! In this tutorial, we'll show you how to get the most out of your material using the core features in SignCut Pro 2. We'll walk through the essential tools, such as tiling and registration marks, that will help you set up your cuts to reduce waste and pick up some tips on how to cut more efficiently. Hello! Welcome to SignCut. We'll be using these graphics to show you how to set up your cutting jobs and reduce waste. If you want to follow along, you can download the project file from the description below. Let's start by importing this into SignCut Pro 2. First, we're going to set up our registration marks. We can use the non-snapping registration mark and tweak the size on this slider here. Let's place the marks on the C here, and then we'll add some larger ones near the cutter graphics. Once the registration marks are set, let's check how they appear across the other layers. You'll notice that the marks are visible on all of them. However, on certain layers, like this one, they can take up a lot of space. This is often unnecessary and leads to wasted material. To fix this, we need to exclude those specific registration marks using the Change Status of Registration Mark tool. Now, let's check the cutout dialog again. You can see that by omitting those marks, we're using much less material and keeping the layout intact. Now, let's move on to the other layers. We'll apply the same principle here by toggling the registration marks to omit them from the cut. This already reduces the footprint, but we can do even better. Since the shape is currently laid out diagonally, it's still taking up extra space. To make this more efficient, we can use the Auto Rotate feature and let SignCut Pro 2 find the best orientation to minimize waste. To use the Auto Rotate function, head over to Common Tools on the main toolbar. From there, select Rotate for minimum vinyl consumption on the sub-toolbar, or you can press Shift+Tab shortcut key. Now we can see a much smaller footprint. In this situation, we can further rotate the graphics 90 degrees to better utilize the width of the material. We can do this by clicking the Rotate Image 90 degrees button or by simply pressing Tab on your keyboard. By simply changing the orientation, we've reclaimed material space that otherwise would have been wasted. Now, let's move on to the final layer. With the current layout, we can fit up to 12 copies of the design, which uses about 653 millimeters of material. Since this layer contains multiple objects, we can split them up and remove the empty space here that's taking up unnecessary material. We'll use the tiling tool to split the design into different sections, or tiles. By adding a horizontal tile line, the cutout window now automatically arranges the tiles along the width of the material. You might notice an issue where some tiles include overlaps from adjacent parts. This usually happens when the tile overlap is set too wide. You can easily adjust this in the Tiles panel. Let's set the overlap to 1 millimeter and click OK to apply the changes. Now let's place that horizontal tile line again. Checking the cutout dialog, we can see the overlapping issue is resolved. To keep our Pro letters intact, we'll use a short vertical tile line here instead of splitting the entire layout. We'll also place one more between the PRO and the cutter graphics to complete the setup. You can hold Shift to quickly toggle between placing horizontal and vertical tile lines. Back in the cutout dialog, we can see the tiles are now arranged much more efficiently. You might notice an empty tile still occupying some space, but we can easily remove it. Just select the Deactivate Tile tool and click on the tile you want to disable. Now, the empty tile is gone from the cutout dialog. Before we finalize everything, we need to add a few registration marks to this layer. Since we've split the design, these will act as a guide to help us align the parts perfectly during installation. Head back to the Registration Marks tool and select Snapping Registration Marks. This tool allows the registration marks to snap directly to our tile lines for precise placement. Let's place 2 marks here, and another 2 right around here. With all of our preparations complete, let's head back to the cutout dialog to see the final results. We can now fit up to 13 designs using only about 636 millimeters of material. Compare that to our original layout of 12 designs for 653 millimeters. That's a total of 17 millimeters in saved material, plus 1 extra design. Additionally, we can add weeding lines to make peeling the excess material much easier. Head to the weeding line tools on the main toolbar and select the horizontal weeding line. Place these throughout the layout, focusing especially on the long, open spaces. You can hold Shift to toggle between horizontal and vertical weeding lines, allowing you to quickly switch orientations as you go. We will use the short weeding line for narrow and tight spaces within the design. To learn more about the best practices for weeding, we can dive deeper into this topic in another video. We also apply weeding lines to the other layers to keep the peeling process consistent across the entire project. Now that we've finished our cutting setup, it's time to send the jobs to the machine. We'll set the quantity to 13 copies and take a quick look at the cutting preview to verify the toolpath. Once everything looks good, click Cut Out to proceed. We can simply repeat this process for the remaining layers. That concludes our tutorial on saving material and cutting more efficiently using the built-in tools in SignCut Pro 2. Be sure to check out other tutorials at SignCut Academy for more professional tips and tricks. Happy cutting!